Hello, people. We're going to get straight into your reading. I got no comments. I don't know what I'm asking. I don't know what's up. Page of Pentacles wants to say hello. But let's do our couple of shuffles to get fully aligned with the energy of my collective today. I'm going to do 3 shuffles with the deck. What are we talking about today? 3 of Cups reversed. And the Ace of Cups flew out there on the side. So we got 3 of Cups reversed. 3 of Pentacles. And Ace of Cups. Okay, so what I'm immediately getting off of this is, so the 3 of Cups is more like getting together, having a good time, partying, celebrating, just having a kiki with your friends. And then the 3 of Pentacles is more like getting together, getting stuff done, staying focused, completing some kind of task, and like working on something together. So I'm seeing the stark difference there. So we also have the Ace of Cups. So maybe this is something new that is being presented to you, is like a group of people who give more coworker energy rather than friend energy, but like in a very aligned, in a feel-good kind of way. Or maybe you are being introduced into a group of coworkers, like you're the little baby chick here and you're joining them in this like 3 of Pentacles energy, and you're like, hey, I have skills and talents, let me join and help out this project with my skills and talents. All right. 4 of Pentacles reversed. 4 of Swords reversed. So we got 3, 3, 4, 4. And this was the 8 of Pentacles reversed that just kind of slid out. So we'll leave this in the deck, but be aware that it's there. The 8 of Pentacles. So we got 4 reversed and 4 reversed. Interesting. Lots of reversals. So the 4 of Swords reversed speaks on like, maybe now's not the time to rest or sleep on your ideas. And the 4 of Pentacles is also meaning like, now it's not the time to hold on to those ideas. So what I'm getting here is, now is time, whatever it is that you, like whatever precious idea that you have, it's time to work on it. And have fun working on it, because it's something that you love, so it's time to get up and do the thing. Lots of action at this moment. And not so much la-zay-da, if that's the right saying. You know, if you're getting together with people, maybe now is not the right time to just be sitting around the campfire and twiddling your thumbs. Maybe now's the time to collaborate with those people around you and put those ideas that are in your head and put them to work. And no more sleeping on your own ideas, and no more holding on to them and guarding them. Now's the time to get out there and be the baby chick and put it out into the world, or at least get started on it, whatever it is. Okay, let's go switch to the playing cards. And we'll see if there's any more information to be given here. Maybe advice or something. I feel like that was very direct. The very direct message is just get to work, start doing the things. And I'm feeling resistance around that word work. You know? Okay, Ace of Pentacles popped out when I said that. So maybe this is giving you the opportunity to change your relationship with the word work. Or just work in general, because it's something that you want to put out into the world. It's something you want to accomplish. Like, humans, as much as we do like to sit around all day, it's kind of unfulfilling after a certain point. Like, after we're well rested, just laying around becomes quite boring. And that's when the work or the labor becomes more fun than the resting part. So you got your rest, and now it's time to put some action into things. And we were talking about the word work. So how can this person change their relationship with the word or idea of work? Because maybe you did go through a long period of time where a lot of rest was necessary, but now you've gotten the rest that was necessary. Let's say if it was like a healing rest because you twisted your ankle, it's like, well, your ankle's feeling better now, and you don't want to approach work in a way that's going to twist your ankle again, but you also do want to get back to making stuff happen, just because we're here on earth with the capabilities of making things happen. Why wouldn't we, right? So we got 9 of Cups and the Knight of Cups. So with that, I would say they're not urging. Urging sounds urgent, but I'm requesting? No. What's that word? Suggesting. They are suggesting that you find your fulfillment in whatever it is. Maybe before you start, you can write down just like your why. Get clear on your why. That's the 4 of Wands. 4 of Wands feels like a marriage card to me. Like when I see it, I just think about like marriage, holy matrimony, union. And it might be union between you and this idea where the idea loves you and you love the idea. So taking some time to sit down and write out what your idea is, what you hope it accomplishes, and why it feels so well connected to you. That way you approach the work with like a loving heart and be like, okay, I'm here showing up for the thing that I love to do in life, instead of rather I'm just like showing up for something just because I have to. There's a difference there. Like, so choosing something that you love to show up and work on, that's what they're inviting you to do, because it's something that your soul is married to in a kind of way. We also have the 4 of Swords, which we also have right here. So also allow yourself to flip back and forth between work mode and rest mode. Like, it's kind of like, let's say you're studying. People say to set a study timer where you study for 30 minutes and take 5 minutes off, study 30 more, 5 more minutes off, study 30 more minutes, and then 15 minutes off, and then go back to the 30 minutes or take a break or something like that. Whatever flow works for you, just allow yourself time to still rest. So you might be resting less than you were in the previous season of life, but there still is time for rest, however much you need now. I just do think you're going to be requiring less rest now and more action now than in the previous season. It's like we're switching gears here. 10 of Wands and 3 of Swords. Okay. That is like carrying too much, and the heartbreak energy, like maybe carrying too much has broken you in the past, and that's why you're hesitant about like this kind of work, and you're like, I don't want to burn out, and maybe that's why you want to continue to rest as much as you did in the previous area of life, because that didn't burn you out, because you were getting all the rest you needed, and now you're like, okay, well, now I need this certain amount of rest. But Spirit here is saying you need less rest and you have more energy for action now. Your spirit has more energy for action. And I do see that the ideas of past burnout might come back to you, and those feelings, or maybe it's fear of it. Can I get we'll go back to the owl deck. Can I get a card talking about this? 9 of Wands. Yeah, that completely matches the energy. So I do want to ask, is this like a past or future kind of thing? Okay, there's that 8 of Pentacles again. So what I'm getting is it can be current. There's potential for times for you to feel a bit overwhelmed and tired and burnt out. Or maybe this is something that you've been like working on for a while, but maybe it's, how do I word this? This could be something where maybe you've dedicated 15 minutes of your day every day towards this thing, and you've been doing it for so long, and you feel like, oh, I'm kind of burnt out from it, but now you're getting more energy to pursue it more. So maybe instead of 15 minutes every day. You have like an hour every day to be putting your time towards it. And at first that might feel a little overwhelming because you're like, whoa, before I only had the capacity to like focus on this thing for 15 minutes. And now having a whole hour of my time to focus on this thing, like that's 4 times as much time. So I see as you start, there might be that like resistance to it because you're like, okay, I don't want to burn out. If I do it 4 times as much as I used to, I really don't want to burn out because I love this thing. So that's bringing me back to these 2 topics right here, is remembering your why you're doing it in the first place, and balancing your holy matrimony time and your rest with it. So I think what's going on here is the balancing act is changing. The weight of your action and the weight of your rest have like a different balance on the scale, if that makes sense, or like a different weight on the scale. So the amount you need of each is going to be changing. Okay, anything else before? Nope. Okay, this is just like a big old fat put the deck down. That's what it felt like, just saying put the deck down. And on the bottom here, we do have an Ace of Pentacles that popped out earlier. I remember that popping out. I guess it didn't fly out, it just showed itself. So, let you see that. And we will recap before I end the reading. So we got a couple things going on here. First off, if you have the capability or the people around you to work on whatever this passion is around you. I just said that. Anyways, working with people, if you have people who are also interested in this thing, maybe when you get together, it's not so much time to just sit down and chat. It could be more of like time to put your resources together and get something accomplished. If you have a group of people around you who want to accomplish similar things as you. So maybe instead of going out to drink on Friday nights, maybe y'all would rather just like stay in and each work on their own projects and do like a group study time kind of thing. If you see the difference between that energy, because here I feel like I gotta show you. Because in this one, they have their cups, they're cheersing, they're cheesing, they're having all kinds of fun in the sky. But in this one, they're presenting their pentacles to each other and they're got their heads down and they're just working, right? So if you have friends who are down to do that with you, now's a great time to switch into study mode, right? Or if this is a solo journey, it could just be saying like maybe less time to lounge and, I don't know, be frilly with your time, I guess. Yeah, less time to just doodle about and more time to put your plans into action. And these 2 cards were saying basically the same thing. There will be less time for you, not less time, but they're encouraging to not sleep on your ideas and don't hoard them. No hoarding, no sleeping. If you have an idea, put it into action, put it out there, move on to your next idea and continue to build that way. Now is the time. That's what I'm getting. Now is the time. And you got this Ace of Cups. You are a brand new little baby reborn. Maybe you're coming out of like a hermit era. But yeah, you're that little baby chick who's ready to take grab of this cup and go live life and make things happen. You got the capabilities now. You've gotten the rest that you need. And next part of the reading, these 2 ways that you can avoid burnout while approaching this season of less rest, not completely no rest, just less rest than the season before, is before you start or as regularly as you need to, sit with your why. Be like, why am I doing this again? I love this thing. Why do I love this thing? What kind of change in the world do I want to see come out of this thing? And just get clear on that. Get clear on your love in doing the thing itself, right? Remind yourself of that, because whatever it is that you were choosing, whatever aspect of your life this resonates for you with, it came to you from your soul. So get connected with your soul and your why. And that will help prevent you from getting burnt out or feeling like you're putting too much into it, because If it's coming from the soul, there's no way you can put too much into it. If like the actions and ideas that are coming to you are from the soul and you have the energy to get up and do it, getting up and do it, it's not going to take from you or deplete you in any way. It's going to give you energy. It's going to feed you. This actually reminds me of something that I heard from a different reader that I like to watch. But basically what she was saying was sometimes sleeping on those intuitive nudges drains you more than actually taking the action, right? Like imagine, this is something that I go through sometimes where it's like, okay, I have this great idea, but I want to sit down. I'll just do it later. And then when I'm sitting down and resting, I'm not even resting because the whole time in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, there's that thing I got to do later. I really want to do that thing later. I'm going to do, and that just keeps taking up all my brain energy. And it feels more draining to me because instead of actually resting during that just resting time, I'm sitting there thinking about what I would be doing if I wasn't resting. When I could just get up and do that thing because I want to do that thing. And when I do decide to get up and do that thing, it fills me, it fulfills me with so much joy. While the resting was over there depleting me because I was like, okay, I gotta do this thing later, I gotta do it later. And not actually resting. I was just sitting there stewing on something, but the actual action and doing it because it's something that I love to do was so much more fulfilling than sitting around thinking about it. So that's what you're being encouraged to do here. And next part to avoid burnout is Four of Wands, Four of Swords. So Four of Wands is just loving it. You have a connection with this thing. So there will be times where you are exploring and enjoying this thing, and then there will be times where you're resting and chilling and taking a break from this thing. And the only difference between the previous season and now is how much of time you have for each. Because if your previous season, like you needed a nap every day, which is totally fine. Maybe you still need a nap every day. Let's say you needed a 1 hour nap every day after work. That's the amount of rest that you needed. You needed that and your full night's sleep. That was just your life for the previous season. That's cool. But now with this season, maybe instead of an hour nap, you might need a 15-minute nap or maybe no nap. And the amount of sleep you get at night is enough. And it will carry you throughout the whole day. And you don't need naps anymore. And you can use that extra time that you don't need rest anymore to put into action the thing that you want to put out into the world. So yeah, there's just a different balance. And then the last thing over here with Nine of Wands, Ten of Wands, and Three of Swords. So you might come with moments where you are taking action for longer periods of time. Like a very easy a very easy example for me to use here is like exercise. Because let's say you use a 15 minutes to exercise in the previous season of life, but now that you have more time to focus on the thing, this kind of exercise that you love, physically, there's going to be an adjustment period where 15 minutes of exercise a day going on to, like, I don't know, an hour of exercise a day, there's going to be that adjustment period. It might wipe you out a little bit. Or maybe it's something more intellectual, like it's a study that you are getting into, like a self-learning kind of thing, where you read about it for 15 minutes every day previously, and then, you had your naps and you got the rest you needed, and 15 minutes was all the time you had for it. And now in this new season, you have a whole hour to indulge in those studies. Your brain might be like, okay, well, that's a whole lot more information than I'm used to taking in one day, because the amount that you can get done in 15 minutes versus an hour is a lot. And your brain is going to go through that adjustment period where it's like, okay, we're doing more, and I'm feeling that. But it was also fulfilling and enjoying while you were doing it, but also it's like, okay, it was more exhausting just because you were giving more energy to it. But not exhausting to lead you into burnout, just exhausting in a healthy way. Use up all that energy that you got from sleeping at night, and then when you go to bed, you'll be tired again and get to be replenished. So whatever balance is going to work for you is the balance that works for you. There's no specifics about how much rest or how much less rest to take. All this reading here is saying is now you are in a space where you require less rest than you did before. I don't know how much less. I don't want to get on here and say start staying up till 3 a.m. every morning just to do this thing. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying you will feel less tired and you will have more energy to put towards this thing that you want to see happen in life. So do the thing. Also, I just realized these got flipped. I see you over there trying to fall back into your old habits and the old part of life, old series of life. Jeez, I can't think of the word. Era of life? I guess era. I see you wanting to fall back into that old era because the resting and the celebrating and the la-zeda felt all good, but now you're asking me to move? Yes. Now is the time to take action. And that's the whole reading. I hope it made sense. I do feel like I talked in circles a little bit. But hey, as long as it gets the point through, right, Spirit? Right. So, yeah, I was about to say it all over again. I'm not going to say it all over again. You get the point. More action, less rest, because you have received all the rest that you needed to recover from past burnouts. So you're doing good. You're on the right track. And now you have more energy to do things that you love, which is wonderful. If this resonated with you, feel free to give it a like. Subscribe if you would like more readings from me. I also do art healing on this channel, and sometimes I like to teach my own spiritual experiences and talk about them and just like share it with the world. So if you're interested in that, please do subscribe. I also have an Etsy link down in the description if you're interested in checking out my art. I would much appreciate that. And with that being said, goodbye. You have a nice day. Goodbye.